Johnny, finally we're here. Fight week, Joshua Usyk. What do you make of it so far?
First of all, I've missed you. Where have you been? I've been here since Sunday. You rocked up last night. I see you in the gym, wrecking everybody in the gym on your social media, and I'm sat there thinking, you've not even run me to get here.
I'm glad you mentioned it, right, before we get into this interview, right? So what happened was, we got a direct flight. I mean, you guys were all over the place, 22 hours, 24 hours. We had direct flight, straight in, beautiful.
Nice.
Got into my bed, nice little sleep, woke up, everyone's
Don't tell me you
like
went
a zombie.
business class.
And
Don't
then
tell me
I was in the gym. I was in the gym.
Don't tell me you went business class. Tell me you went economy. Come on, cheap seat.
Anyway, move on. Let's get on with the interview. Right, yeah, listen, fight week.
Yeah.
We were in Jeddah. Last time we was in Saudi. We had Joshua versus Ruiz. He righted the wrongs that night. He turned things around.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people thought he could do it. Can he do it this time? This is a big ask, we know.
It's a big ask, but it's not an impossible ask. And obviously, you know, people are getting gassed with how much talent and experience and the success Usyk's had, obviously winning the Super Series, unifying the cruiserweight title, you know, and everything like that. So they're looking, saying AJ's got no chance, especially because of how he boxed the last time. So when you look at the last fight, you look at Usyk's face, it was like he'd been hit by a bus. Usyk lost, AJ lost on points because he was trying to fight Usyk's fight. Now, that's all history. Everybody knows that. He knows what he did wrong. He knows what he should be doing in this fight. This is not an impossible ask for AJ. And one thing I do know is this fight will not go the distance. One thing I do know is Anthony Joshua will give it his all. And even Usyk himself said the first 6 rounds are going to be the hardest because he knows, I know he's going to come from it. Now, AJ's knockout percentage ratio is high. So all he needs to do is clip him once hard in that 6 rounds when he throws the kitchen sink at him. And then it's good night Vienna because he knows, you look at AJ now, he's like streamlined, he's slicked up. Usyk's put some weight on. I won't be surprised if Usyk weighed in around the same as Anthony Joshua, which might be to his detriment if you're in a guy that's naturally heavier than you.
You think Joshua's taking this, he's looking at this, you're going, look, we know Joshua, we know fatigue sets in late on in contests. You think he's looking at this going, this is a 6-round fight.
Yeah.
This is where it can be won and lost.
You know
I need to go out there, stamp my authority, and do it with educated pressure.
And that takes courage. That takes courage to think like that. Remember Hank Hearns? You know, and that was the best 3 rounds I've ever seen in my life. There's no one else guys could have kept up to 12 rounds. They're willing to throw the dice. He also knows that Usyk, as he rolls on and gets more comfortable, it suits him better as the rounds roll on. Usyk knows for a fact that AJ was running out of steam the back end of the fight, so he's thinking, I'm going to put him under pressure straight away because I want to go for the stoppage. That's part of the reason why he's put the weight on. For AJ thinks, I cannot afford to let this man get to the second half of the fight.
Can he overcome the demons? Right, he's boxed Usyk in that last fight. After the fight had finished, the last bell went, and he was in desperate trouble with 10 seconds to go. The last bell went. If you said straight away, right, we're getting this rematch, the rematch is on, you would have gone, what for? He won it so convincingly, Usyk. What could AJ do to change it around? You know, as an ex-fighter, those demons, they're in your head. Can he shake them off before that first bell?
Anthony Joshua has been boxing since he's 18 years old. His achievements, the successes he's had are ridiculous. So why is that? Because he's not as experienced, he's not got as much wisdom as Oleksander Usyk, but he's an amazing athlete. He's got an amazing brain capacity where he thinks, right, that didn't work, so that'll work next time. He's very good at putting something into practice and putting a plan together. That's why he was in the position he's in. That's why he beat the fighters he beat. And I'm telling you now, if or when he beats Usyk, this will be the biggest win that will cement his career because Usyk's pedigree, from the amateurs and the professionals, is better than them all. Better than Furies, better than Wilders, better than everybody. So for AJ to come back and beat a former unified cruiserweight champion, now current heavyweight champion, and do a job on him, I'm telling you now, that is a big stamp. That's a big shout.
How does he react the first whack he gets? Because that's where I think the fight has won and lost. AJ's reaction, if he decides, right, that's it, go, roll the dice, go with it, then bang. But if he gets that whack, stands off, that could be his undoing. How do you think he reacts?
Benny's expecting that. Listen, there's no thrills and spills about this. He knows this is going to be a tough fight. He knows he's going to get hurt. He knows he's going to have a baptism of fire to get the win. Depends on how much he wants it. And he knows that. There's no qualms about that. This guy took himself away from everybody. He's been here 6 weeks this week now, you know, settled in. And like it or not, he'd be bored. All he can do is train. His team what I saw yesterday were literally, what, three or four in his team. So that's just how it is.